Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Today we are here with episode 4 of F1 YouTuber career mode, and today we are here in China and driven by Riotbox, and of course I'll leave a link to his channel down below in the description of this video, so go and check him out and subscribe to his channel if you want to. And I said in the last episode that not everyone's going to start in last place, and that is the case for this episode because Riotbox decided not to start in last place. I think that the game just choose a random position for him to start, so you can just see here looking through the setup and what Riotbox is using for this Grand Prix, and obviously changing a couple of things depending on conditions and that sort of stuff. So if you want to look at a setup for China, here's what Riotbox is using, but you can see here we're going to be starting in 10th place, and obviously like the races before, we're going to aim for as many points as possible to try and get ourselves into the top 2 of the championship, obviously, as Rosberg overtook us in the last race. And I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys for the support on this series. It's been absolutely awesome. The likes, the comments and everything has been amazing, so a massive thank you to all that. It just really is awesome, and yeah, I really appreciate all those likes and comments. It really does help out the channel and the videos grow. So yeah, here we are starting in 10th place here. The lights coming on and the lights are out, and away we go here in China for the 4th round of the season. Quite a lot of wheel spin there. You can see Magnussen's actually managed to get past us before we get down to turn 1, so not the best of starts there. But looking around the outside here, we're probably going to get around the outside of Magnussen unless he crashes into the grass. But quite a good move around the outside there from Riotbox, except for Massa decides to just go and ruin that completely and just park his car on the exit of the turn. So we're looking to get around the outside here of Magnussen, who's managed to get into 8th place after a pretty decent start from him. But we go down the inside there of Magnussen and get past him, but we're braking quite late there and getting past, I think that's Button and was it Perez, or is it, I think it might have been Hulkenberg there, but we get past them. It's taken quite a lot of time actually for the leaderboard to update itself, but we got past Ricciardo as well and now up into 5th place. So that's a good first couple of corners there, including Massa nearly pushing us into the grass. So actually a really good start there from Riotbox to get his way all the way up into 5th place after starting in 10th, and the drama through turn 1. So that was all the action for the first couple of laps, but it took to lap number 4 for a bit more action to take place. You can see Riotbox is struggling with traction here. You can hear it, the wheels just spinning up, and he's trying to catch Rosberg here, and we're nearly within the second. Maybe a good couple of corners here could get us in the zone. There's the white line to detect the DRS, so we'll see whether we're in the DRS detection point here as we go down the long back straight. I think, I could be wrong, this could be the longest straight on the F1 calendar. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it might be. I'm probably wrong, but that's what I thought I've been told in the past. But you can see we've got the DRS and Rosberg about a second in front of us here, but we're going to brake extremely late going down to the hairpin. It looks like, is that Vettel? Yeah, Vettel's run wide there, and that meant Rosberg actually nearly ran into him here, so it's actually closed up the gap quite a bit here. You can hear the wheel spin. I'm not too sure whether it's just the setup or something, but a lot of wheel spin going on in this race. And now we've got the DRS going down the home straight here. Rosberg does have DRS in front of us here, but we have the slipstream and the DRS here as Rosberg slightly lost the car in front of him here. We're going to try and look past him around the outside like we did on turn 1, but no, it's not really working out there. And we actually managed to get a move around the outside there as Rosberg makes a slight mistake and goes a bit too tight into the turn, but we run side by side here with Rosberg putting it into the rich fuel mixture here. Rosberg nearly squeezing us into the grass, but we break through the first sector. And look at that, 1,000th behind the car in front of us, which at the time was Rosberg, but it's just a bit confused, the leaderboard at the time. So wow, a very crazy and close first sector there, but we managed to get into 4th place there. But now Rosberg on the challenge once again. You can see we've lost a bit of time here to Vettel, and Rosberg is definitely getting past us with a bit more ease this time down the back straight with DRS, but we managed to brake a bit later and go around the outside of him and managed to keep 4th place there. And if you saw a minute ago, the tyres were absolutely destroyed, so I think this is the lap we're going to be coming into the pits. Yes, it is, and down through a part of the track where Hamilton famously lost the championship by going and driving it into the gravel there, if you remember back to 2007 near the end of the season. But into the pits here, you can see obviously a couple of cars have gone past and not stopped. But going through the pits here, you'd hope to have gained a couple of positions, or maybe cars that are getting held up behind us here, but it looks like everyone has got through okay. So into the pits here, we're going to be changing over to the white sidewall tyres, which are the medium compound tyres. The Williams guys do a decent pit stop there of a 3.7, not amazing, but we do come out ahead of Hulkenberg, who was just behind us actually. I think we're going into the pit lane, so that's worked out okay. It hasn't worked amazingly, but we've got to hope now we have a good out lap to maybe closing the gap to the cars in front. So skip ahead towards the end of the lap here. You can see that Vern is sort of getting in the way of the team that he'd be a test driver for in 2015. and they're not too sure what he's doing. I'm guessing he's going on the alternative strategy, which would be going prime option instead of going option prime, which everyone else seems to be doing. But down the main straight, we're going to have the help of DRS. It looks like, yeah, he does have DRS as well, but he's too far behind Alonso to get much of a slipstream help. So through turn 1, we managed to get past Vern and get ourselves into 5th place actually as it updates. Obviously, lots of cars pitting, and that helped us get back up the order, but we were in 4th place before the pit stop, so it looks like we have actually lost a position. So looking down the inside here of Alonso into this hairpin towards the end of the lap here. I think Riotbox was sort of in two minds whether he was going for that move or not, so it was a little bit late, but we don't quite manage to get past Alonso there for 4th place. So maybe down this main straight here we get a good run through this final turn, right up in the slipstream of Alonso with the DRS as well. So down the main straight into standard fuel mix, and as just after we crossed the start finish line there, we managed to pull to the inside of Alonso. I managed to get into 3rd place now because somebody had stopped. That would explain why we were in 5th place, not 4th place a minute or so ago. I think it might have been Perez who was actually in the pit stops doing a bit of an alternative strategy. But you can see there, Riotbox doing a 1:39.366, doing the fast lap of the race, then overtaking Vettel into turn 1 and making up a great move actually there through turn 1. You can see Bottas fastest lap of the race, which is very good there. But it's going to be a tough work to get anywhere near Hamilton. You can see on the minimap he's so far ahead of us. And if we look towards the last lap of the race, you can hear the tyres just spinning up as we have no traction towards the end of the stint. And the gap to Hamilton has gone up, as you'd assume he is in the fastest car. And actually Rosberg has fought his way through the other AI to get into 3rd place there. And actually looks like, yeah, we've got a retirement from the race. We're down to 21 cars. And Rosberg on the last lap of the race looking to get past us. He's had a great run with the DRS as well. He looks to the inside. He's still on the inside there, but we managed to fight it out round the outside here. And it looks like we've got Vettel and AlexZAfRo just behind us here. And final turn here, we're down to -1. So we're going to have to put it into slow fuel mix just so we don't run out of fuel over the start finish line. And luckily we had a bit of a slide through that final turn, but we managed to keep ahead there of the Mercedes and the Red Bull and not lose a position and finish up in 2nd place, which is very good, gaining 8 positions. So a very good race there from Riotbox, managing to come home there in 2nd place. About 14 seconds behind Hamilton in the end there, but you'd assume Hamilton would go away with it after the 2nd stint. He was in the lead by about, I think, 7 seconds, I think, in that 2nd stint after the pit stops, and then he just has the fastest car, so it's very hard for anyone else to catch him at that point. But you can see down the standings here, it looks like Kvyat was the only retirement from the race there, and Ericsson was the last finisher, nearly 20 odd seconds actually behind Chilton in the end there, so not too sure what happened to him. But yeah, very good race there from Riotbox. Got his way up the order into 2nd place here, and I think we're just going to have a quick look at the first lap once again. Riotbox added this in for me to look at, and it was a very interesting first turn if you ever look at it in a bit more detail from sort of the outside camera view here. As the lights go out at the start of the race here, you can see everyone gets a pretty decent start, but Riotbox actually gets quite a lot of wheel spin. I'm not actually too sure why, maybe it might have been the setup, but down to turn 1 you can see we've lost the space to Magnussen, but we're looking around the outside here to try and get past him, but they sort of close the door to the AI, not too exactly sure what they're doing. Then as we have a good run around the outside here, get past a couple of cars, Massa sort of slows up right in the sort of racing line there. That was a bit annoying, so that lost us a little bit of time there to Massa. But as we build up speed through here, I think this is Magnussen are alongside here, and you can see Magnussen nearly squeezes into the grass there, and then this really good move down the inside here from Riotbox. You can see it's not a very great camera angle from the game there, but we managed to make out quite a lot of positions, and a really good move there from Riotbox to get us up a lot of positions on that first lap. So let's have a quick look at the standings and see what has happened. So Hamilton still leads the championship because of that race win. It puts him even further ahead now, 13 points ahead of Rosberg. We're 1 point ahead, or 1 point behind I should say, of Rosberg on 69 points. Then Vettel, Ricciardo, Alonso, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Massa and Raikkonen are the top 10. You can see quite a big gap there, isn't there, from Massa to Raikkonen, 13 points. So gap's definitely opening up, and there's a bit of a gap between Vettel and us in 3rd place actually, so that's something to watch out for. And in the constructors, you can see Mercedes nearly have double the points of Williams now. So yeah, Mercedes look like they've already won this constructors championship. They might even win it by like Singapore or something. That's how far ahead they really are. But yeah, Williams in 2nd place in the constructors, now 5 points ahead of Red Bull. And Ferrari in 4th place, 2 points ahead of Force India in 5th place. So that's it, guys. Once again, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll leave a link to Riotbox's channel down below in the description of this video, so you can go and check it out and subscribe for more F1 videos on his side. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And until next time, it's been AlexZAfRo. Goodbye.